Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm going to give you guys a recap on a new episode of World Trigger, which is on episode 54. Now, this episode here, nothing much really going on, or I can really explain if anything. Just like another plan that one of our antagonists is having right now. But one that could be very threatening and not so much of a good idea, so much of a cold-hearted idea, if anything. So, let's go. Okay, at the beginning, of course, we have to it that it picks up where Gieve and Charo, his little Treon servant or Treon soldier servant, which is almost similar to Replica, but in a different kind of shape and form. I think you guys understand like what I'm saying. Eventually, we have to it that Gieve ends up using that big old Treon he collected from last week's episode. If you guys watched it or even looked at it carefully. And went to a ship. And apparently, it seems like he's making his giant plan there. Speaking of which, we go to Osamu getting ready to is trying to take down a Treon soldier. But apparently, he gets killed in a matter of seconds or minutes later. Of course, Zeno on the other hand, criticizes Mikumo for being ridiculous and trying to attack him head on with the sword fight. And he's even surprised to see Osamu even trying to let me see here, fight even with the small amount of Treon he has left. Which, I won't deny, Osamu has a small amount of Treon, which could be pretty ridiculous or useless in a certain sense, but I'm glad to see Mikumo still keep going after that. As for Zeno, we have to it that Kugayuma challenges him, go like, hey, can you do any better? He goes like, okay, I'll show you. He summons out his Treon soldier and destroys the Treon soldier that, I think Amator, that, one of the Tamakuma's operators made, I forgot her name again. What is it? Usami Shiori, yeah. He destroyed it in less than a second, 0.8 seconds. And I'm thinking in my mind, what in the world? Are you serious right now? Which I just find hilarious at a certain point. I don't know. But, of course, when the episode continues with its methods, we have to it that we have to it that Chika talks to Lilith about how to swim in the sea, And, of course, we get to find out in the place where Lilith and Zeno are at, people will fight over water and put their life on the line, since there's not a lot. And I think in my mind, wow, dude, so it's like a desert over there, because if it doesn't have a lot of water, then it's possibly a desert over there. That's what I'm thinking. And Lilith wants to have a little campfire, well, thanks to Shiori Usami's idea or something, But apparently, Shiori wanted to use this campfire to know a little bit more about Zeno and Lilith, but instead, it turns into a heated argument between Osamu and Zeno when it comes to Zeno saying that he's going to use Chika and Kugayuma for help, and he's going to use Osamu as a shield or something. Osamu gets ticked off about this and says, no, you know what? You can use me and do whatever you want with me, but you leave Chika and Kugayuma out of this. And later on, Zeno calls him naive, knowing that what he's fighting for or what he believes in or his ideology or something and beliefs he has is really pathetic. You have to prioritize your own life. And I agree, I understand and possibly agree what Zeno is going at, but sometimes not everything tend to go a worry in a certain sense for everybody, But as the episode continues, we have to it that Kitora is still watching over Osamu and Tamakuma's members, Osamu's squad. Chika, on the other hand, knew she was there and she asked him, do you want dinner? And Kitora's stomach did growl or something. At least it's honest in a certain way, So Kitora gives in, but not before they get an alert about from Chika, knowing that she sensed a powerful Treon soldier nearby. And that is coming from the ship that Gieve is on. And apparently we get to find out some more bad news about this one, because this thing is a nuclear bomb or something. Well, I'm not really sure a nuclear bomb, but all I know is Shiori ends up telling Osamu the blast radius is very strong enough to at least cover the whole city if it gets inside a little bit further, And I'm thinking in my mind, oh my gosh, dude. So this thing is pretty much a a bomb or something, a nuke, if anything, if it gets further in. And Gieve, on the other hand, wants Zeno to come to him. Zeno, on the other hand, he has to go because he knows that Gieve wants to destroy his shit from where he came from. Because that is Zeno and Lilith's shit for the time being. And if it gets destroyed, they can't get back home, which will suck. So Zeno decides to go out there along with Kuga Yuma and Osamu and Kitora. So they went out there to face the new Trion soldier, but it's too bad for the others. They are like kind of like in trouble. Osamu and Zeno are trapped in a cube-like state, and as for Kitora and Kuga Yuma, they are like trying to dodge for their life, trying to get to the enemy. But apparently, Gieve shows himself after Zeno and Osamu tries to fight their way out of this thing. But apparently, Charon, which is like the servant to Gieve, or I could call him or her the chaperone of Gieve, tells them that they are in a Trion reflector cube because. And what's a Trion reflector cube, which I'm surprised about, is that it reflects anything energetic or something. Like Osamu tried using his asteroid attack. Ding, 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 ding. It plays like freaking like pinball attacks in the cube inside, which is really hilarious. But as for Gieve himself, you know, Zeno does not even remember Gieve, and Gieve goes like, "Oh, so I'm just gonna put it down in your memory and make you I'll force you to remember," which might show maybe Gieve's hatred or possibly grudge against Zeno, possibly his people or his race or somewhere between those lines, because Gieve looks like he wants revenge or he wants to kill Zeno because of certain reasons. Might be a grudge or revenge kind of thing. Who knows? But it seems like Gieve might have seen a lot of hell. As for Kitora and Osamu along the way, they are pretty much like Kitora and Kuga Yuma along the way. They are pretty much in trouble. Kitora almost got caught in that same cube that Osamu and Zeno is in. Apparently, those punks, Gieve is using the Trion from the people on the boat to like reinforce that cube that Osamu and Zeno is in, which really sucks. Kitora almost got herself caught in one of those, but apparently her senpai or captain, the Arashima squad, comes in to help. I'm like, whoo-wee. Next episode, it looks like it's going to be another fight all around. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, hopefully it becomes really crazy and cool. And at the same time, I hope I get to see a backstory about Gieve, because it looks like to me he seems to have a big old grudge against Zeno. Who knows what it is, but it seems big enough to actually want to go like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna force this in you. I'm gonna force you to remember or something. Don't know what it is, but guess we'll find out later, hopefully. So if anything else, I'm just gonna end it here. I'm out for Zeno. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye.